One Piece World Seeker is an attempt to throw us into the world of One Piece, to give us a sense of immersion as we run around as Monkey D. Luffy and his quest to become king of the pirates. Now, does this game exist on that scale? No. It is specifically about one stop to a specific island where there is a story in which I'm not going to spoil in this review, but it's very good. The question is, does this game deliver when it comes to putting us into the world of One Piece and also allowing us to play as my favorite anime character? I love One Piece, and for what seems to be a countless number of years, the majority of my life, I've been watching this anime weekly. I've been buried in its adventure, loving the characters, loving every single thing about it, and when I saw this game initially announced, I was so excited about the idea of running around in this huge sandbox world that looked as beautiful as it did as Luffy, being able to open moves, and possibly even level up into specific gears and unleash havoc upon all my opponents. The question is, was I very happy with this? Ultimately, I can say yes. I was extremely happy with this game. Now, this game did have some flaws in which we'll talk about, but overall, I love this game. It was so good that it had me thinking about it when I wasn't playing through the 21-hour experience, and it kept leading me to come back. I was super excited to play. I enjoyed most things about this game. The story and the characters are by far the strongest part of One Piece World Seeker. The characters are great, the addition of new characters, a new villain, and the flow of the story is really good. Being able to talk to all the townsfolk and doing the things that you do. Now, the way that the missions are set up in this game, though, however, I don't know that I love. I think that if there's another game done, they should fix this. And what I mean, the main missions are set off to where if you accept them, then the points of those missions are done through side missions that are then created, and you have to go into a menu and select the side missions so that it will show up on your map to be able to get there. And it's just a little cumbersome when you select each and every time. It wasn't something that was so bad that it made the game not fun for me, but it was also something that I wish that they would have kind of made more streamlined. Perhaps when it popped up on the main screen when you accepted, you could have immediately made that your active quest. It would be an easy fix. Also, I really cannot stress enough the characters. They gave some really good voiced cutscenes in this game. I really enjoyed them, and all the times that it wasn't voiced and there was no voice acting, I really enjoyed reading. It was just really good, the interactions between characters and being able to play as Monkey D. Luffy. Now, I have heard some disappointment in the fact that you couldn't play or explore as the other crewmates, but this is ultimately Luffy's quest, and if you've watched the show, then you have a firm understanding that most of the time Luffy wanders off on his own and kind of goes off on his own quest anyway, so this fits the narrative of what he does as a character. So now that we've talked a little bit about what's so great about this game, let's touch on just a few things that could be better. Now, I didn't mention the quest system and how you accept those missions. That could be cleaned up. Now, I enjoyed opening moves. I love the fact that you could open up all these moves on a grid, and it was great, and leveling up and getting finishers and things like that. However, I believe that there should have been a little bit more options and diversity when it came to the types of enemies that you fight and what your moves do to those enemies. I wound up just leveling up my Jet Hawk move and then just, use that the entire game. It was something, I'm not going to ruin what everything's open, but there are a lot of things open in this game that's a lot of fun. But in some cases, they kind of seem pointless, and I would like to see different types of enemies. Now, this doesn't go for the bosses, as the bosses are actually a lot of fun, and I enjoyed playing the bosses. They're really challenging, and let's face it, there's some flying robots in this game that are just hard as freak to beat, okay? So the challenge is there. I just wish there was a little more diversity in enemies, and also in the ability to use your different abilities in different ways and creative ways to fight them. So the question is, did this game deliver? This game delivers on so many levels that I'm excited to tell you that in my eyes, it is by far the best One Piece game that is out there right now, regardless of scores or anything like that. This game puts you into an open world with Monkey D. Luffy as Luffy, The traversal's fun. There are so many things fun about this game, including the combat, even though it's not diverse. And I believe that it delivers a wonderful experience that you'll remember for some time. The only thing that I can say I hope is that they create another game with a similar experience written in the same way, with little improvements here and there, which might take this game up a notch to the upper echelon where, we all really want it to be. However, this is a game I believe that you should play if you're a fan of anime or a fan of One Piece, because it is a lot of fun to play and it's very, very memorable. Thank you for watching this review from the Gamestork for all things gaming, all things Nintendo Switch, all things, hey, let's face it, One Piece game. I can't resist. Stick right here to Gamestork. Be sure to like and subscribe below. We'll see you next time. Gamestork, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby.